Okay, real talk. Why is summer somehow harder than the school year? The kids are home, the routine is gone, everyone's eating like it's their full-time job, and we're supposed to make it magical while we're still working? I'm confused. If you've ever hit mid-June and thought, what is even happening right now? This episode is your survival guide kickoff. One year, teachers all got a t-shirt that said, tag you're it, parents. Like on the last day of school, they wore it. And I kind of was like, I get it.
Yeah.
Haha.
Yeah.
And whatever. Screw you.
Yeah.
Like, that is what I wanted to say.
And I think I hate to point an overused finger here, but like social media, you know?
Yeah, it's true.
And it's this finger, y'all. Get your mind out of the gutter.
It becomes a little diner in our house. Like, I want a hot dog, I want a ham sandwich, I want this, I want that. Is it okay to not love every moment of our summer? I'm asking for a friend.
I mean,
welcome to What Even Is This, the podcast where we acknowledge that life's a mess, so let's talk about it. I'm your host, Jane Dorman, and of course, I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Jordan. What's going on, Jordan?
honestly, not my voice. So get that out of the way.
Yeah. Oh, poor girl. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, summer just started and I'm already sick and tired. So, yeah, but like you said, there's snacks everywhere. My schedule makes no sense. And somehow I'm supposed to be making memories while just keeping everybody alive, which I think is, bare minimum. I just need to keep them all alive for the summer.
Well, honestly, same. Aside from the illness, I'm really sorry to hear you're not feeling 100%, my friend. But I too feel like I walked into summer with good intentions, and within like 3 days of them being home full time, I'm like, okay, this is a mess. This is chaos. What are we even doing here?
Oh, yeah, immediate chaos. Like as soon as those backpacks came home the last time, immediate chaos.
Yes, amen. So, friends, if you're feeling this way too, you're in the right place because today we're kicking off our Summer Survival Guide series.
Yes. And so just getting this out of the way, this is not a how to make summer magical series.
Absolutely not. We are not here to prescribe anything, okay?
No. This is a how do we get through this with our sanity intact series.
Exactly, Jordan. We are not here to fix your summer because we can barely fix our own, okay?
Yeah.
But we are here to survive it together.
Exactly.
All right?
Exactly. Yes. And maybe we'll even laugh a little bit along the way because, if you don't laugh, you're going to cry.
I know that feeling is 100%. So, Jordan, I thought to kick things off, do you want to play a little game with me?
Sure. What you got in mind?
Don't be nervous because summer... I know. I don't usually come in with the game, but we're going to try it out. But summer is typically a fun time of year. It can be a stressful time of year because structure goes out the window, right? And it can be difficult to cope with that and navigate it and figure it out for yourself. So I want us to play a little game that I'm calling Survive or Skip. So I'm going to read some summer realities to you. Some of them are like trends or things that people do. And I want you to tell me whether you would survive it or skip it altogether, okay? And friends, play along with us too. We may not be able to hear your answers, but
pray and play. Yeah.
But I'm interested to hear your guys' feedback on our social media. So anyway, Here we go with survive or skip. Jordan, would you survive or skip summer bucket lists?
Skip.
Yeah. No goals at all for you. You're like, nope, as the days come.
Keep the bar low.
That's so funny. Okay, what about this? Working from home while kids are home. Would you survive or skip it?
Here's the thing. I'd love to skip that, but I have to survive it. So survive it, I guess.
You're not alone in that survival mode either. I'm feeling it too. All right, survivor skip. Figuring out what are we doing today every single morning.
See, here's the thing. I actually wouldn't mind that.
Okay. Okay.
I like a plan. I like a map to the day. So
Okay.
I don't know. It might actually like get me out of bed.
It's good to have a roadmap of some sort, right?
Yeah.
Well, what about this? Survivor Skip, the pressure to be the fun mom. And I use air quotes on this one if you're listening. Fun mom.
Skip. No. No.
Yes, Skip, please, please. What about the pressure to make summer feel magical? Would you survive or skip that?
So, I mean, the pressure, yes, skip that. Do I want my kids to have a magical summer? Sure. And I think, probably what will help throughout this series and showing you guys is that it doesn't have to be crazy to be magical. But no, the pressure is the part that, no, we can skip that.
Yeah, for real. Survivor Skip, flexible summer schedules.
Normally, I would like that and survive it. When you're a working mom, you need structure and a schedule. So yeah, when things just are up in the air, that's like the worst thing you can be told. So yeah, probably skip.
Skip that. Probably skip. What about making meals and snacks all day long, baby?
No, skip that. I skip that all year. Not even just summer. I skip that all year.
All year. Oh, don't be coming to Jordan's house. That's so funny.
No.
All right, a couple more here. Trying to work and make memories at the same time. Survive or skip that?
Again, I'd love to skip it, but I gotta survive it because that's life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Survivor skip, letting kids be bored.
Oh, survive. They gotta figure that out.
They gotta figure it out.
That's a growing experience. Yeah.
It is for real. And my last Survivor skip before we move on from here is comparing your summer to other families' summers.
No, skip that. I mean, because everybody's different. So, no, don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to them.
Yes. Nope. I totally 100% are with you on that. Like, comparison is like the thief of all joy. And why do we even do it? Sometimes I have to put strict boundaries on myself with Instagram because that can be a dark hole sometimes. So,
oh, yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, Jordan, thank you so much for enlightening us today with your survive or skips. We're going to be having some other rapid fire questions in some future episodes here just to kind of get things rolling, get us warmed up for today with the topic at hand. What was enlightening about this, Jordan, was I think it was an opportunity for us to kind of have this permission to call out the good, the bad, the ugly of what summer can bring to our schedules. We all feel it collectively. Like, we may not even say the inside thing out loud, but it's ridiculous. We see these things, we see these comparisons, we see this pressure to make things magical or mystical for our not parents, we're the parents, for our kids. It's already messing with my brain, Jordan.
Exactly.
But I don't know. Do you think part of why summer feels intimidating is that we're just expecting relief, but we might actually add more to our plate when we approach our summer schedules? What are your thoughts on this?
I think so. I mean, just from my point of view, I guess, my thought is I remember being a kid, right, during summertime, and it's like, oh, we don't have school. Like, I can do whatever I want. Well, you grow up and that doesn't leave. Like, you just kind of go, I want to keep doing whatever I want. Well, you can't. So for me, at least, like, I do have to kind of sit there and try to remember that I was a child at one point, and I did love the fact that I could just stay in my pajamas till 2 p.m. or, you know, whatever. And, let them have that moment, let them have that time. But then also for me, remember that I actually have a life that I got to keep doing. I think it's intimidating because you're almost living two lives at the same time, right? Like, your year-long life of working is still going, your year-long life of being a parent, their seasonal life of being a student and then just being at home is in its season of transition. So I don't know. It's intimidating because I am empathetic, I guess, and I feel guilty about things pretty easily. So I do think like that's something that I'm probably going to be trying to keep myself from falling into this summer is like you said, going on Instagram and seeing like, oh, they went to the beach for a week. Oh, they went to Disney for a week. Oh, they went to blah, blah, blah. And oh, we're maybe going to leave the house and go do a Target run today. Like, like it's just, it's that kind of a thing. But I mean, that's our summer, that's our life. And so it's not worth, in my opinion anyway, it's not worth stressing yourself out, spending money that doesn't need to be spent, or, taking time off that maybe you don't need to take time off. I mean, there's so many different like sacrifices that you can make that temporarily, sure, maybe that would make a good post or something on Instagram. But the long run, I do also want my kids to see you balance, right? I mean, like they need to figure out we can do some things that we want to do, we can, I don't know. My voice left with half my brain cells, so I don't.
That's okay.
That's as good as it's going to probably get. But how about you? I mean, does it intimidate you to kind of think about that?
It does. It feels very overwhelming because I think sometimes I can easily feel this pressure to create a summer. Like we used to do summer bucket lists. I used to do that with my kids because I thought that would be a motivator for us to set goals. Like one year, my oldest was like 6 and I'm like, you know what, this year you're going to learn, let's ride a 2-wheeler. That's going to be our goal. And we didn't accomplish that like that summer. And I remember feeling really bummed. And I think there's something to also be said, at least in our family, the ages my kids are at now. We have a 12-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 6-year-old. And they are all very interested in very different things. I even think we're in this season, especially my middle schooler, who is starting to exert some independence. Like he wants to go hang out with his friends, at their house. And that's cool, and I think even sometimes it's hard to find those communications too with the parents, because it's like he may have friends, but I don't know the parents and who's communicating with who, because back in the day it was the parents who would call and set that up, and I don't know. So it's just like a lot of things that we're readjusting to. I don't know, like it's easier for me to think about my work schedule and what I have to get done. But then when that collides with the chaos of my kids being home while I'm working, and then they have needs or they're interrupting meetings or what have you, that can be hard. It can feel stressful. I can wrestle with mom guilt, all the things. I don't know. It is just like this delicate balancing act, it feels like. And school is a really big piece of that puzzle for us. And if I had money to send my kids off to different camps for every week of the summer, like I think I would do it, but we don't have that kind of money. We can afford to do one camp per kid, so it's like whatever that looks like. So it's safe to say, I think sometimes we go into summers. I know maybe I'll just speak for myself. I will speak for myself. It's just we have unrealistic expectations. We have zero structure. And I kind of sit here when I reflect on that and go, no wonder I'm spiraling about this, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. But I think what's actually making this feel so hard day to day is that all of our systems just have disappeared overnight. It feels like, I don't know if you've seen these T-shirts, Jordan. One year, teachers all got a T-shirt that said, "Tag you're it, parents." Like on the last day of school, they wore it. And I kind of was like, I get it. Yeah. Haha. Yeah. And whatever, screw you. Yeah. Like what is what I wanted to say. Not that I want to pass off my parenting, because as parents, we do serve as a teaching role and a guide as well. But like, there's a lot that we rely on the school system for. Yeah. So I'm curious, Jordan, as we kind of, I don't know, start peeling back the layers of this onion, if you will. What did the school year handle for you that you did not fully appreciate until it was gone?
Um, yeah, I think structure, right?
Yeah.
Which is a given. But yeah, I mean, I think my kids knew, and my kids like to know, like they don't love being surprised. So, I think
Okay.
they appreciate that, knowing, hey, 8 to 9, we're doing this, 9 to 10, we're doing that. You come home and it's like, well, that's not happening.
Oh
So,
boy.
you know, um, yeah. But how about you?
Um, yeah, well, definitely the structure of the day. All three of my children, I don't know where they get it from, naturally go, what are we doing today? Is like, because they need to know, they want the structure there.
Hmm.
And so the school day, I
Yeah.
think, had that for them, this structure of like, okay, we start the day doing morning work and then we transition to, English and then we transition to math, all the things.
Yep. Hmm.
Also, especially with my oldest, lunchtime, like
Yeah.
lunch is like
Hmm.
the bane of my existence. I
Yeah.
hate thinking about lunch.
Yeah.
I do like making a meal plan for the week, but I usually just focus on dinners, and
Yep.
breakfast is
Hmm.
pretty self-serve. But lunch, when we get to that 12 o'clock time and they're all hungry, they all want different things. It becomes like a I don't know. It becomes a little diner in our
Yeah.
house. Like, I want a hot
Yeah.
dog, I want a ham sandwich, I want this, I want that. And
Yeah.
I would not even venture to say that I could standardize our lunches because they all
Mm-mm.
want different things. They all have different
Yeah.
tastes, and I can't handle the complaints. I can only handle the complaint once a day. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, it's unreal. And when it becomes all on my plate, I get a little overwhelmed with all of it. So, yeah, that's just really what I'm missing when school's not in the picture. And I know I had
Hmm.
mentioned earlier, my kids are the type that
Yeah.
start out the day with what are we doing today, and it's exhausting.
Hmm.
Jordan, I'm curious, are your kids like that, or mine the only ones? And how exhausting is it to figure out what you're going to do for the day every single day? What does that look like
Yeah.
for you?
So my son would honestly be content for the rest of his life if he could just stay in his room for the rest of his life. So,
Same,
it's like he's
same.
just cozy, he's comfy, he knows where all his stuff is. Um, I just have to bring him food and water like an animal. But
That's
he
funny.
he doesn't usually ask. Again, because I think he's content. He's a homebody, like he's fine being home.
Hmm.
My daughter, on the other hand, has to be doing something at all times, like, or has to know what's coming up next, or
Sure.
so are we going to Target today? Girl, no. What are you talking about? Like, no, we're not. You see my check account? No, we're not going to
Yeah.
Target. Or I don't know. She just, we need to go to Publix. We need to go to, like, no, we don't. Like,
Oh
you need to
gosh.
just sit down. So I don't know. I mean, like, she's really gotten into like drawing and stuff. So I'm hoping I can distract her from the fact that we're not going anywhere every single day.
Oh, yeah.
Um, but it may be different this year because I have a new job now.
Yes,
And
you do.
yeah, and she will actually, and my son too, when he feels like it, but she'll actually come to work with me at least one day a week. So like she'll
Oh,
get,
that's cool.
so I'm hoping that will give her outing for the week. And then she
Oh,
stops asking me. Yeah.
there you go.
Um,
That's awesome.
yeah. So like that's my work day. That's kind of like what it will look like. But for you, I know it's a little different.
Hmm.
Maybe. So I guess for you, like in the summertime, like what is a real work day gonna look like for you, like now that the kids are home?
Yeah. It's gonna be a little bit of a challenge, if I'm quite honest,
Mhm.
because I'll be coming up on my 1 year work anniversary in July. Uh,
Yeah.
and even then, that whole month of July, I was like onboarding, and a lot of it I could do at home. What I am privileged and lucky to have is both sets of parents live nearby me.
Yeah.
And
That's
so
huge. Yeah.
Mondays and Tuesdays, my mom will come and pick the kids up and take them to do stuff, so they're not just stuck at home. And
Yeah.
then Thursdays, my mother-in-law will come get them, but usually she'll come get them because they still work. She'll come get them in the afternoon and keep them till like evening, a little, after dinner. So I have support there. What gets tricky is there every so often I am home working, and like I said, it's just like this constant interruption. Like my older two are pretty good. My youngest is starved for attention. She just wants somebody to constantly be playing with her 24/7. I'm trying to really lean into the boredom lesson. Like, it's okay for you to be bored. That's like her key phrase right now is I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. And it's like, lean into it and figure it out, sister. Like, and she will do it, but you have to really like dig your heels in and lean into like, you're going to be bored and you're going to figure it out. And you need to,
you're going to live.
Mommy can't give you 100% attention. So, and of course, sometimes I wrestle with like, should I make myself more available? But at the same time, I need to remind myself if I have strict boundaries around my work hours, then there's more opportunities to play outside those work hours.
Exactly.
And so I'm learning that in real time. I think I've come a long way this past year, especially in this new role where it has forced me to set firm boundaries because I can't go past a certain hour amount. They're like, we have budgeted for you to work this amount of hours, and if I go past that, then we got a problem. So that's been a good, hard lesson for me to learn. And then just kind of trying to remain flexible in those moments where I do get interrupted and trying to explain to them like, hey, like I am here and I will help you when you need it. And also mommy's got to get some work done. So it's a dance that we do as a family. But I think it's also an opportunity for all of us to kind of learn together, like what it means for mom and dad to work outside the home and also be their parent and also embolden them in their capabilities as well. Right. It's everybody's learning something different, something new. So, but even beyond the logistics, I feel like there's just another layer to this as we approach the summer and the chaos of it and how are we surviving it all. Really, I think there's this layer that doesn't typically get talked about much. I don't know how you feel, Jordan, but it's not just that summer is chaotic. It's that it is emotionally exhausting too. So I'm curious, Jordan, as we were kind of prepping for this episode and this series of episodes, I don't know, where do you think this pressure came from to make summer magical for our kids? Like where did this pressure point come for us?
And I feel like in season 1, we even maybe talked about not obviously summer being magical, but pressure of some kind.
Yeah.
And I think I hate to point an overused finger here, but like social media,
Yeah, it's true.
But and it's this finger, y'all. Get your mind out of the gutter.
I wasn't even thinking about that.
I know.
That's funny.
But I think getting such an instant inside look into other people's lives brought FOMO quite a bit. I don't, because I even like when we were growing up, I don't ever really remember hearing FOMO, but maybe I was just very sheltered and homeschooled, but I don't feel like that was a thing. So I even that, like fear of missing out on what somebody else's life, like, you're not, I don't know, that I think is a catalyst for sure. I don't think I could say that that's like the only contributing factor to it, but I do think, being able to open up an app on your phone and like I said, oh, they went to the beach, oh, they went to Disney, oh, they went, and here I am just sitting at my computer working. Like, great, that's your life. Like don't rain on your own parade because you saw what somebody else is doing with their life. So I think that for me, it's just this how visible we all are in society now, I think is and we're all, I mean, because this is kind of like, if this question was about resting, like I would say, well, we all have instant access to each other. Like there used to be like, if you left home, you could not be called. And now it's like,
Yeah.
I can call you literally anytime. So I think this introduction of instant access and gratification and yeah, just all that has hurt us in that sense, I think a little bit, but yeah,
It's
I don't know.
interesting. Yeah.
I guess for you, going into the summer,
Yeah.
what do you, and I don't want to like jinx you here, but like, what do you anticipate feeling the most guilty about this summer as you're looking at it from the beginning here?
Yeah, I think I keep coming back when I think about the guilt and the emotional load that I can carry. I probably shouldn't carry it, but
Yeah.
I think sometimes it feels like I'm distracted or not present with my kids. And I
Yeah.
know they say we need to cherish this time, they're not going to be under our roof for always. And I believe in that. We talk about comparison. I think I keep
Yep.
comparing myself to my childhood. So growing
Yes.
up for the majority of my childhood, my mother was able to stay home full time. So I remember summers where she would take us to the library and we lived in Virginia at the time, so we lived about an hour away from King's Dominion, which was like this big theme park out there, and we got season passes, so we would make a day of it. We would pack up a cooler because we didn't buy food there. We packed a cooler of food and drinks, and we would venture out there, eat lunch in the parking lot, and then we'd go in and we would spend like an hour or two in Kitty Lane because that's where my sister would hang out. And then the rest of the afternoon, my mom was fine walking my sister around with me to all the bigger rides, and we would just have a ball there. Sometimes some of my friends would be able to come with us. I even remember a couple summers where a family friend, their mom worked outside the home, and so she would drop her daughters, who were the exacts, like a year younger than me and a year younger than my sister, so it was like perfect age gaps. They would come to our house like a couple times a week, and my mom would watch them, and so we had a friend for the day. So just like a lot of cherished memories that I had as a kid where we had fun and we were outside, whether we liked it or not. And I guess it just feels so different now. Like, I love to work outside the home and I love the work that I do. And I do think right now, currently, we can't afford for me not to work outside. We have, especially with children with the special needs that they have, like it really helps us. Like we will feel it now. We've gotten really comfy with me and Brian both financially supporting our family. And so, and again, I love the work that I do. And then I just feel like sometimes I'm shortchanging my kids of like that opportunity to have a summer that's fun and we go to do different things and create memories together. And we do have opportunities to do that. And I'm trying to be intentional with the times that present themselves to do that. But I do, when I'm not maybe in the healthiest headspace, I do start comparing my childhood to what is currently happening for my kids. And it's like, gosh, are they going to resent me for it? I would like to say probably not, hopefully not. But you just never know. And I don't know. I think I just can get caught up in that. And I think I need to be a little kinder to myself when it's like, you know what? I know you're bored and you're stuck in the house while I work today. But maybe we could find something fun to do after the fact. I don't know. So,
well, and I think, you say you don't want them to resent you, but they don't, this is their life. Like,
I
I don't know that they
know. Yeah.
would. I think you're resenting yourself and you're
Oh,
projecting it onto your children. So,
see, listeners, this is
yeah,
when our episode turns into a personal therapy session for
exactly.
ourselves.
Exactly.
It's true. I do think that. I do think that,
Yeah.
and it's just I don't know.
And I only say that because I have to remind myself of that. Like, I catch myself
Yeah.
doing that but what, and actually my husband's good at catching this too, is when I start to say, but what if, he's like, do they know any better? Is this
Yeah.
really something that they've even experienced before and they know that they're missing? Then no, don't worry about it. It's like,
Don't
okay,
worry
yeah, I
about
get
it.
it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
let them live their lives and
Yeah.
try to be as intentional
Exactly.
as you can in the process. But
Yeah.
I will say there is something to be said, Jordan, about how easily overstimulated I can get when
Yeah.
summer hits. And
Yeah.
I'm curious, are you more overstimulated in the summer than the rest of the year? And if so, what pushes you over the edge fastest? I'm
Yeah.
curious.
Yeah. No, I definitely am. Because remember I said a little while ago, my son's a big homebody. So am I. So that's kind of been the beauty of being able to work from home for the past 14 or so years that I've been able to do it, is when they're in school, I have, 6, 7, 8 hours, I don't know, that the house is quiet and I get to get work done and I get to focus. And it's like my
Beautiful.
I can create my perfect work environment and it'll stick around the whole day. Now, no, I don't have that. So it's, yeah, for sure. And it's, I get overstimulated very easily anyway. And when I get overstimulated, probably, piggybacking on my anxiety a little bit, it's a snap thing. Like it's a very quickly, like I'm stop, like, or like my body like immediately starts to like tense up. And so I need to work on that. But it's, I think it's obviously like the noise and there's other people around and like you do need to still make sure that they're alive by the end of the day and like, all the things. But it's also, you have responsibilities that like you've had all along, but you have not had to have them at those times of the day. So lunch, for example, like you were saying lunch, typically I don't have to worry about lunch. I sometimes don't even eat lunch because I just forget or I'm doing something. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I have 2 mouths that are coming to me going, I'm hungry. Like, okay, well, I'm in a meeting or like, I'm doing something like, and so I think it's that. I think it's you're all of a sudden getting stuff piled back onto you that maybe you hadn't had put on you. That'll do it. The noise will do it. And yeah, I think for me too, it's having my focus broken, on what I was doing. Like if I get into a zone or if I'm like, I have a task that I need to get done and I'm like halfway through and all of a sudden my door opens and I need chips in a bowl. I go, okay, no, we don't. You know what pays for those chips in a bowl? This thing that I need to get done.
Yes.
So, that would probably, be what's making it bad for me. And it's like, I feel like you are kind of then in this tension of like, I want to love my kids, but I also need space from them.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
So like, can you relate? Like, do I sound like a horrible mother?
No, you're not a horrible mother. There was an episode of Bluey that came out where the mom's in the kitchen and she's obviously overwhelmed, overstimulated, and the dad walks in and she turns and she goes, I need 30 minutes to be in a room by myself. And she goes off and then like Bluey's like, oh my gosh, does my mom love me or not? And I'm like, no, this is real. Like I felt so seen by that scene. Where it's like sometimes mommy just disappears. She goes upstairs because our house is the loud house on the main floor and everybody's got a different screen going with their different audio, no headphones on. And I know it's chaotic, but for some reason my kids like resist the headphones that we have bought them to wear for it, where they're never charged. That's the other thing, and that's so annoying. But sometimes there is a tension there, and also it's okay to go up to your room or wherever your safe space is, shut the door, Sometimes I lock it. Sometimes I lock it.
Yeah.
And
My daughter's a little criminal though, and she figures out how to open it.
my daughter, it doesn't keep her out, but it slows her down. And I'll
That's
take
true.
that.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
slows her
that's
down
true.
and I will just take it. So it's, gosh, I think just a testament to a mommy timeout. We need it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I explain it to my kids that way. Like, I just need a timeout for give me 30 minutes and then I will be more present in a healthier version of myself and just trying to find whatever it is that is being softer with ourselves so that we can be, fully engaged with those around us. So I don't know. It is a tension we have to navigate, I think, as parents, but it's also good for us. Which brings me to my final question for you, Jordan, as we kind of navigate the summer chaos together. Is it okay to not love every moment of our summer? I'm asking for a friend.
I mean, yeah, because we're humans. That's we got to be realistic at some point. So no. Summer is a quote unquote special time of the year, but it's also just a time of the year. So, I mean, I try to not romanticize it too much because, like you said, I mean, you had a different childhood. I had a different childhood. My mom also didn't work. So, I don't even try to compare anymore because there is no comparison. It's a different life. So, I think it's okay to have moments of summer that are not great, keeps it real.
It keeps it real. I love it, Jordan.
Yeah.
Well, I've really have just loved exploring this idea. It's made me feel a little less anxious entering into the summer months as we move forward together, recognizing that chaos is real and that's what we're here to do, is to talk about it. So, Jordan, we've named the chaos and this guilt and this overstimulation and the emotional load that we can possibly carry into these summer months. Basically, we've officially admitted that summer is messy.
Yeah. And, I feel like it feels a little better just saying that out loud.
Amen. Exactly. So now we want to wrap up this episode. It's time for a little reward. We're calling this our Lower the Bar moment of the week because honestly, if we can't laugh at the stuff we've let go of, what's even the point? So, Jordan, I just want to know, in light of everything we've talked about today, as we engage into this new rhythm of the seasons, what's one thing you've officially decided you are not going to do perfectly this week? And maybe secretly glad about it. I don't know.
Yeah. Limiting screen time. Notice I couldn't even get that out with a straight face. I'm not limiting anything. That's my sanity. Are you kidding me?
No,
how about you?
I hear you. I think I'm with you on the screen time thing. Also, I think it's being comfortable with the white space on my calendar. We don't have to fill it necessarily.
Yeah.
I think, maybe make room for spontaneity, maybe put a couple of things on there that I can do that's fun with the kids, but then also just kind of release it to, I don't know. I'm just noticing that if I overschedule my kids when they are on a break, they get a little irritated as well because they're they need to rest too. I'm just noticing a need for resting in all my kids and their new seasons of life and transitions. So, So I think I'm going to release that this summer. I think I'm going to release the white space and lean into it. So,
there you go.
Well, I really appreciate and thank you for sharing, Jordan. And listener, if you resonate with what we've been sharing or talking about, consider this your permission to lower the bar too. Pick just one thing this week and let it go.
And
just let it go.
Exactly. Please. And if anyone asks, just tell them, this is part of the What Even Is This Podcast Summer Survival Guide because, we'll take the free plug and you'll have an excuse. So there you go.
I love it. And friends, now it's your turn. What is one thing you've officially decided not to do perfectly this week? We want you to share your wins or your hilarious fails with us on our Instagram account. It's showing up here on the screen at What Even Is This Podcast. Or you can email us. Again, the email address is on the screen. It's in our show notes. Check it out. Let's laugh. Let's vent. Let's survive this summer together because messy is totally allowed.
Yeah. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss next week when we tackle the big question. And it's a big one. What do I feed these people all day? And this is the summer food survival guide that is coming at you. And it will be coming at you via Jane, who is absolutely the better person to talk to about that.
Unless you want lunch, then don't come talk to me. No,
Yeah, exactly. No lunch. There will be no lunch.
No, exactly. Well, I'm just really excited to see where the conversations lead us the next few weeks as we navigate summer together because life is messy.
Chaos is real and none of us have it all figured out.
And that's exactly why we're here because...
What even is this?